So we had a couple of themes this year. You'll see the second theme in a minute, but we actually had two teams focused on what we're going to call returning citizens, and we have one of those teams presenting to you tonight. So I'd like to introduce Team Returning Citizens Project.
Are you going to take the mic off? Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is Onawa Gardner. This is Shannon Weber and Marjorie Beal, and we are the Returning Citizens Project. Now, to begin, I would like to introduce you to my family. This is a photo of me as a baby with my 3 older brothers. In the time since that photo was taken, they have all been incarcerated. From my experience helping them in their own experiences, I've learned more about the crucial need to address issues related to mass incarceration in the US. However, this isn't just a story about my family. This is the story about 2.3 million people that have been incarcerated in the US in 2018. It's also the stories of those who've been released from incarceration who face a 77% rate of being rearrested within 5 years.
To better understand these issues of reentry, we conducted 46 interviews. 33 of these were with formerly incarcerated individuals or returned citizens, 10 were with community organizations, and 3 with corrections officers. All of these interviews highlighted the staggering number of obstacles an individual must face during the process of reentry. As part of our interviews, we asked participants to rank in highest level of concern and need these obstacles. Financial concerns were constantly listed as the most pressing need an individual faces during reentry. To meet this need, we suggest Pavement, a platform for financial success for returning citizens. During our secondary research, we found that returning citizens have a unique set of challenges that they face in terms of gaining knowledge around financials and the management of their finances. 27% of incarcerated individuals have never opened a checking account, 56% have never held a credit card, and 22.5% have used a payday lender in comparison to just 11% of non-incarcerated individuals. During our market research, we found that financial platforms are one of the fastest growing markets out there. We compared the features of these popular financial platforms to those limited platforms that are currently trying to address the financial needs of returned citizens. Popular financial apps, such as Mint, offer tools around budgeting and bill tracking, however, do not offer any sort of one-on-one support. The United Way's 211 program can connect returning citizens to immediate financial resources, but have no mechanisms in place to address their ongoing needs. Blending these features from these two areas, we have developed the features of Pavement to address the unique financial needs of returning citizens.
Our goal, by offering a broad range of services, is to create a comprehensive product that can serve the needs of returning citizens during any point in their journey. For those who are not comfortable using technology, we will offer person-to-person assistance via phone or chat. We will also provide tools for online budget creation and bill tracking, as well as a wealth of resources designed to increase financial competence in areas such as building credit and smart borrowing practices. To confirm the utility of our product, we surveyed those that we had previously interviewed and gained 24 survey responses with a 79% positive response to Pavement. One returning citizen highlighted the importance of financial literacy for success. Another stated that financial competence is crucial for returning citizens to thrive during their transition. Finally, a community worker confirmed the need for this sort of product among our potential users. We designed Pavement to address these needs.
Pavement will address these needs in 3 different stages. The first will be by introducing the product to those who are still incarcerated. Then it will be served as an intervention method upon release from incarceration. And finally, the tools are designed so they can grow throughout the transition process for returned citizens. Pavement will be designed and implemented in 4 different stages, beginning with a student-run design challenge. Then we'll transition to a beta test that will be partnered with university resources like the Prison Creative Arts Project. Concurrently, we will be also applying for grants to gain further financial backing. And then in about a year from now, we plan to pilot our program in the Washtenaw County area by partnering with community organizations we've already established relationships with. Those include the Last Mile, which provides job training to those in prison, as well as the Washtenaw County Outreach Program, which provides one-on-one mentorship to those returned citizens within the area. We believe that those combined with our identified key partners here will improve the accessibility and availability of pavement as a service. Additionally, we want to ensure that pavement is free to all returned citizens. In doing so, we've identified 2 revenue streams. One is by selling ad space to select partners within the app, as well as gaining financial backing through grants. We believe that our team's combined passion, dedication, and experience will ensure that pavement will be a success. We have Shannon's tech expertise as well as her prior work with underserved populations, combined with Marjorie's data analysis and community mapping to ensure that we're finding and then addressing the needs of returned citizens. My own focus on user experience design and product management assists with the development and design of the actual interface of our platform. We now ask you to invest and join us as we create pavement. My own family's experience, as well as the multiple stories we've heard throughout this process, have proved the crucial need for this product. Pavement is creating a pathway for returned citizens like my brothers to be able to transition back into their communities. Now let's build it. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you for having the courage to focus on this problem and really look after a vulnerable population. Can you talk to me a little bit about the partnerships that you think you'll need to put in place to really get to critical mass where you're having the impact that you're aspiring to achieve?
There are 2 ways we've approached looking at developing partnerships. One is by ensuring that we are not intruding on the space, that we're using already resources that have been established. And the other is that we want to ensure that we're using partnerships strategically to connect to returned citizens throughout the process. So that is why we want to partner with a group that focuses on job training with those that are currently still incarcerated in the Jackson area. And that's also why we want to work with groups like the Prison Creative Arts Project, which works more with those that have been released from prison, and then the Washtenaw County Outreach Program, which has a group and then one-on-one mentoring. And they work with more just all-around felons, and those include those that have been incarcerated in jails and prisons.
And we're also looking at building partnerships with our users themselves. So I was interviewing an individual, and he was telling me about how there are newspapers or newsletters that are put together by incarcerated individuals, and that they have done features on different programs at their facilities, and that has really made these programs take off. And he noted that if we did that, we got involved and brought them into the process as well, that he thought it would really take off.
So I too want to compliment you on taking this project on. I think it's a very important one, and I can tell you in our discussions we all felt that way. As you move forward with this, let's just for a moment stipulate that you're successful with this vision and with the partnerships you plan to do. As I understand it, that success that I'm saying now to stipulate is really a southeastern Michigan kind of effort. My question is, this is very important nationally, right? And my question is, have you thought about how you might scale this? It's too important to just think about this as a regional problem. It's not just a regional problem. I know you all know that. So how would you think about scaling this if successful?
That's a good point. For us, as a part of our interview process, was really acknowledging and discovering how complex this entire area is in terms of addressing problems due to the diverse differences and needs of different returned citizens. So for us, a big part of our project was finding a starting point to be able to make a significant impact immediately. In terms of scaling the project, we believe that by building out the suite of tools to create more of a community and provide additional services as it grows, as well as taking our local partnerships and leveraging those to connect to more Michigan ones, which we've established a few of those already, and then more national options as well, will be the gradual progression of our platform.
That's a great answer.
Thank you.
So we love your idea, and we think it's very impactful. And I feel that if there's a way to monetize it or to identify the value that you're creating by decreasing a recidivism rate, you're going to be able to make your point to people who are already throwing money after something that's not improving. And I'd like to see in the future you put together a financial package that identifies those costs and how your project is going to reduce those costs, because I think it would be a compelling story if you took it to the governor or somebody who could just make something happen. So.
Yeah, that's a great point. And we actually discussed that the federal and state and local governments spend a huge amount of money on the criminal justice system. And there are also unseen kind of societal costs that come from recidivism as well. So we have thought that approaching someone that by like improving quality of life and access, that everyone is benefiting, not just monetarily, but in other ways as well.
So congratulations again, ladies. This is a very important topic, and I hope that you're successful. I need for you guys to be successful because there's people in my family that need this product from Pavement. That being said, talk to me about upstream. You talked a little bit about going into the prisons for those people that are incarcerated that are about to get out. How far in the process is that, and are they just going to get out within a year, 6 months? Talk to me a little bit more about that.
There's a system in place in general, primarily not for jail so much, but in terms of those that are incarcerated in prison being released. In order to be released and set on parole, they have to go through a checklist by the MDOC. And as a part of that, it includes different things. Based on interviews we did, it's somewhat minimal at the moment. It can be just developing a resume, but they just handwrite it at the moment. And depending on the levels and the groups available, like with Last Mile in the Jackson prison, they actually do provide significant job training. So it's during that period, depending on where they are in their sentencing, when they are going through the preparation process to actually be released, that we want to be able to introduce Pavement, because at that stage, they have these like hopes, but they also have this time to actually understand what the platform can do for them. Because right when they get released, there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of to-do lists that have to be accomplished and very few resources to do it with. So by having this already established as a resource that they can use, it'll be more easily implemented for them.
Actually, I just wanted, maybe this isn't appropriate, but I'm going to do it anyway. I just want to give a shout out to another group that presented, Stride. They're working on, and I know you know this, I'm saying for other people, on kind of what I would see a front end of this, which is technological, digital intelligence, digital education. And I think it builds on a lot of the things that you're doing. So, I see synergies. I don't know if you guys see synergies, but I think it's important.
They're all in my program, I know them.
Good, I'm finished.
Yeah, there's synergy. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.